What's my biggest weakness? Well, I'm way too hard on myself. I beat myself up over small mistakes, and I get really down in the dumps because I made a small mistake. For example, this morning I got my car stuck after the big snow. This made me about 45 minutes to an hour late for work. Nobody cared, honestly, because I'm not like super essential in the company, but I felt awful because I felt like I wasn't doing my part. We're a small business and we're part of a team, and I felt like I wasn't living up to their standards that we previously set. So as a result, the entire rest of the day I made sure to work harder and consistently beat myself up over, "You're 45 minutes late, Tim, you can't do that." I got super anxious about it. So I can at least guarantee you that I'm not going to be late for the next 2 weeks, because I'm going to feel awful about it and super anxious anytime I have to go get ready to go to work. But I definitely need to be easier on myself and not try to set such high standards for myself when nobody else seems to hold me to those standards. What motivates me? My morals and drive really motivate me to do the most. I set high expectations for myself, but at the end of the day, I just want to do good for other people. When I start my businesses like I want to and make tons of money, hopefully, I'm probably only going to keep as much as I need. I plan to donate the rest of it to other people who might need it more. Frankly, if I'm making tons of money, I don't need millions upon millions of dollars when people are struggling to pay bills or feed their family. So I'd be able to help them out for sure. And I guess this is kind of a little morbid, but at the end of the day, my way of getting around my fear of death is to create an impact that kind of exceeds my lifespan. So when I die, similar to Steve Jobs, if I were to say Steve Jobs, you would know who he is even though he isn't alive. Similar to that, actually. If someone were to say, "Oh, Tim Carey," they would know exactly who I was, because my legacy would kind of precede me. And that's kind of my way of getting around my fear of death, honestly, because if I were to die, my legacy continues to go. And so by the time that my legacy, I guess, and that's not a good word for it, but my legacy, by the time it fizzles out, it kind of disappears, I'm already long gone, hopefully, and I won't even have to worry about the fact that my legacy has ended, because I won't be feeling anything or experiencing life anymore, and I'll be in the ground. So how do I feel about overtime work? Well, sometimes I feel like it's necessary. It's not necessarily poor planning, I feel like, on my part, or on anyone's part who's working overtime. It's more so that you can't always plan for everything. No matter the amount of statistics, or even if you could see into the future, you can't foresee all of the problems and miscommunications and setbacks that you're going to have. Sometimes it's necessary to put in a little extra time to make sure that it gets done to not only the right amount of time, but the right amount of quality as well. I make websites on the side when I'm not in school, and if I'm given a deadline and I'm not happy with where the website's at right then, I will stay up till 2, 3 in the morning if need be to make sure it gets done. So that's kind of more so tying into my morals, actually, because I don't like doing a half-finished job. I'll either ask for an extension if I'm overtime, or I'll just kind of stick it out, I guess, and make sure that it's done. And at the end of the day, I did my best, and the client knows that, and everybody knows that. Even if I'm beating myself up because I got it in late, at the end of the day, as long as the customer's happy, then that's really all that matters, right?